Hello and welcome to ThePrint. Today we're standing with Ms. Liina Vahtras, the Managing Director of the e-Residency program of Estonia, which is a unique program to attract global entrepreneurs and digital nomads to become e-residents of Estonia and establish their companies here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us, Ms. Vahtras. Now, let's begin by talking about what exactly is the e-Residency, how long has it been going on for, and, what does it aim to do?
So e-Residency is an Estonian government program to attract foreign entrepreneurs to start their businesses in Estonia. And it was founded over 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And at first we were thinking that we would attract mostly people from outside of the EU. But what we see right now is actually we have approximately 50% of the e-residents who join the program. They come from outside of the EU, and then 50% come from the EU. And what it does is that so first when an entrepreneur is looking to expand their business within the EU, they apply for e-Residency, which is a digital identity. So it's not a travel document, it's not a visa, but it's a digital identity. It's kind of like a key to all of the Estonian digital systems.
Yeah.
And so they apply, they get approved, and then they receive a card, which they pick up from one of Estonian embassies.
Yeah.
And then they become operational and they can start a business.
Okay.
And from this program, Estonia has gained over 140,000 e-residents.
Oh,
and
wow.
we are a small country. Just putting this in perspective, we only have 1.3 million people in Estonia.
Yeah.
So 140,000 is a big number for us.
Yeah.
And those e-residents, they have created over 30,000 companies in Estonia.
Wow.
And that also means that basically every fifth company that is created in Estonia is created by an e-resident.
Okay, that's very cool.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us about what are the countries? How many countries across the world have participated? People from there have participated in being e-residents.
Yes.
Can you give us a number of the countries?
Yeah. So the number of the countries is over 185 countries.
Wow.
Well, of course, for some countries, it might be that the number is only like 5 to 10 e-residents, but our main, the top countries are from the EU. It's Germany, Spain, Italy, France. Also, the UK is very prominent. But what we also see is we see growth from India, and we see growth from Turkey.
Okay.
Also Ukraine. So Ukrainians join the program and they see a possibility to enter the EU market to remotely run their business from Ukraine and have a business in the EU.
So you mentioned India as being one of the strong participants of e-Residency program. Can you tell us a little bit about, say, since the beginning of e-Residency, how many Indians have registered to be e-residents? And, how many Indian companies have emerged out of this?
Yes. So we see that over 5,000 people from India have become e-residents, and they have created over 1,200 companies. And when I said that the interest from India has doubled since last year, that means like every month, close 40-50 new Indian entrepreneurs come to the program and see the benefit of it. So e-Residency, since it's digital, it basically gives you access to all of Estonian digital systems, right? And also the banking and fintechs. So when they come, these companies are usually they operate in the sphere of IT or tech.
Okay.
And this is also what we're seeing from India. So for just a couple of examples, there's a company called Makers, and they're two Indian e-resident founders, and they operate in the field of clean tech.
Yeah.
Then there's also a company that is operational in quantum shield cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So these are usually deep tech companies who see the benefit of the program and they see the benefit of participating in Estonian tech ecosystem as well.
That makes sense. Now, for a company coming from Asia, from India, from any other country, what would be the direct benefit of registering as a company in Estonia as opposed to doing it in their own country?
Yes. So the main benefits of e-residency program and Estonia are it's very affordable, it's super easy, it's very, very fast. So and you can. And in many countries, maybe you can start a company online, but to run it later on, you still need to go and visit the country. We have many residents who have never been to Estonia. So they receive the card, they can open up the company, and that will cost them so just to apply for e-residency is 150 euros.
Okay.
Not 1,000 or 10,000.
Yeah.
To register a company is around 200 euros. So you can do it on your own, but you can of course also use a service provider. And again, service providers compared to notaries or legal advisors, they cost a little bit less.
Yeah.
So it's more affordable to start the business in Estonia than in many other countries. And like I said, since you can run it all online, location independently, doesn't matter where you are. You just only need internet and you can apply your annual reports. All of that you can done online. It can be done online. So this is the main benefit of running a company through e-residency and through Estonia. And of course, the fact that our market is small, but we are connected to the EU single market. So this is also what the companies outside of the EU are seeing, that they now become a part of the single market of the EU, and they are suddenly become eligible to different funding that are only open to EU companies. So that's one option. And of course, if you have a company in Estonia already, and you start out some ideas and you start growing, then there are other options that you can use. For example, startup visa. You could actually start hiring people from outside of the EU to Estonia, to your company in Estonia. So you can start growing your company here.
Okay.
And another aspect which is very beneficial when it comes to Estonia is that Estonia does not tax in reinvested profits. Okay. So for example, if you decide to reinvest your revenue to your company, you don't take it out as dividends or pay out salaries yet. We don't tax you. Okay. So there's zero corporate tax on reinvested profits.
Okay, that's perfect. Just one final question. What is the future of the e-residency program? What do you have planned for attracting more global, companies and people? Tell us the next 10 years.
So we are currently in this very sort of, this phase of, we want to make the user journey even more comfortable for people.
Okay.
And we are thinking that, this is where our growth potential is still, sort of locked. So when I told you that the card would arrive to the embassy, so we want to now get rid of that. We're currently developing a remote verification system, so that those who are applying for e-residency, they don't have to go to the embassy anymore. They can remotely verify their identity. We would read all of the necessary data out of your biometric passport.
Yeah.
And we want to also get rid of the card so that you can activate your digital identity on your phone.
Okay.
So that means it's just faster and even more seamless and easier to run your company through Estonian residency. So that's our growth.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Vahtras, and congratulations. All the best for the future of e-residency.
Thank you.
Thank you.